All right, let's get right into it. If you create anything online, whether you're an artist, a writer, a musician, you name it, there is a fundamental shift happening right now. We're talking about moving beyond just posting on the big platforms and, crossing our fingers. Today, we're going to break down how a whole new wave of tech is putting the power back where it belongs, with the creators.
And this quote, it absolutely nails it. The whole game is changing. It's not just about chasing likes and views anymore. It's about building a real, sustainable career on your own terms, where you actually own your work and get paid fairly for it. That's the core promise we're talking about with Web3.
But to really get where we're going, we first have to be super honest about where we are right now. And that brings us to something I like to call the platform paradox. It's a really weird spot to be in, isn't it? You absolutely need these giant platforms to find your audience. But at the very same time, you're completely stuck playing by their rules, their mysterious algorithms, and whatever payment system they decide on. It's like you've built this amazing house, but it's on their land, and they can change the rules on you overnight.
Okay, so this slide just lays it all out so clearly. On one side, you've got the old world, Web 2. The platform owns the rules, the money side of things is, well, it's murky at best, and you are totally at the mercy of the algorithm. But then you look at the Web 3 promise, and it just flips the whole script. The creator owns their content. Payments are direct and totally transparent. And you, not some algorithm, you control your community. It is a massive power shift, plain and simple.
And look, this isn't just theory. This is the day-to-day reality for so many creators. You pour everything into a piece of content, and you see just a tiny, tiny fraction of the money it makes. Or you wake up one morning and poof, your content is gone with no good reason given. Or maybe an algorithm change just completely destroys your reach out of nowhere. It's just an exhausting way to try and build a career.
So the big question is, how do we fix this? How do we build something better? Well, the answer lies in a totally new set of tools. And we're not just talking about another social media app here. We're talking about a whole new foundation for the internet, what people call Web3.
And that's the key. The very DNA of Web3 is designed to fix the exact problems we just talked about. Instead of a system where one big company has all the control, it's built on shared, open technology that puts the individual, the creator, front and center.
The backbone of all this is the blockchain. Now, don't let that word scare you. The analogy here is perfect. Just think of it as a shared digital notebook. When something is written down in that notebook, like, say, who owns a piece of digital art, it can't be secretly changed or erased. Everybody can see it, and it's there for good. It's all about security and transparency.
And this leads us right to NFTs. You've probably heard all the hype, but let's just cut through the noise for a second. An NFT is basically just a digital certificate of ownership. It proves something unique, like art or music or a special ticket, is authentic. It's like a digital deed, recorded in that public notebook, proving that you made it and who owns it now.
Now, this is where NFTs become an absolute game changer. And I mean that. We're talking about automated royalties. See, in the old art world, an artist gets paid once. If their work later sells for millions, they get nothing. With an NFT, a royalty is baked right into the code. So every single time that piece of art gets resold forever, the original creator automatically gets a cut. This is a total revolution for creating long-term income.
And the last tool in our new toolkit is the DAO. The easiest way to think of it, it's like a fan club with actual power. It's a way for a creator and their community to pool money and make decisions together. So instead of some CEO calling all the shots, every single member who holds a piece of the community gets a vote. They can vote on anything, from what the next big project should be to how the group's money is spent. It's democracy, but for creative communities.
Okay, so we've got the tools, blockchain, NFTs, and DAOs. So how does this stuff actually help creators make a living and build a real, loyal community? Let's get into the practical side of things.
Really, what this all comes down to is one powerful idea. Web3 cuts out the middleman. Instead of a huge platform taking a massive cut of your earnings, these new models let value flow directly from your audience right to you.
And here are some of the most exciting ways it's happening. We already covered NFT royalties, passive income for life. Then there's token gating. That means you can create exclusive content or a private chat group that only people holding your specific NFT or token can access. You can even let your fans buy tokens that basically make them investors in your success. And with DAOs, you and your community can pool money to fund something massive, like a whole animated series, something you could never do on your own.
This quote just perfectly captures the new mindset. It's about moving past this empty idea of followers, a passive audience that just consumes, and moving toward building a true community. A group of active participants who are invested both financially and emotionally in what you're doing.
All right, now we have to be real for a second. This isn't some magic solution that's going to fix everything overnight. There are absolutely some big challenges on the road ahead.
But the good news is, there are thousands of really smart people working to solve these problems as we speak. This might be a new frontier, but it's not the Wild West anymore. The tech is getting better and easier to use at an incredible speed.
So what are the main hurdles right now? Well, first, the user experience can still be a little complicated for someone who isn't super techy. Second, all the legal stuff, like who owns what in this new world, is still being figured out. And finally, and this is a big one, there's a huge education gap. We all need to do a better job of explaining why this new way of doing things is so much better for everyone. So, when you put this all together, what does the future of being a creator actually look like? It's really so much more than just a new way to make money. At its core, this is a cultural shift. It's completely changing the relationship between the people who make things and the people who love that.
Just imagine a future where your biggest fans aren't just watching, but are actual co-owners of your next project. They're voting on your creative direction. They're telling their friends about your work because they have a real stake in its success. That is the kind of deep, powerful connection this technology enables.
So, here's the bottom line. The building blocks for a fairer, more transparent, and more empowering world for creators, they're not some far-off dream. They are here right now. The tools exist. The question is no longer if this is going to happen. The question is how are all of us going to use these tools to redefine what it even means to be a creator? That's a question worth getting excited about.